following through with the behind-the-scenes stipulation that Vince McMahon really did put behind Survivor Series 10-man elimination match was that the losing team had to diminish the value of their shows, making Smackdown the subpar show of the week so far.
I guess he really did kind of make it go back to being the B show, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, as always next week.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, let's be real. SmackDown wasn't bad.
No, it was still a good episode of SmackDown.
There was just a lot. I felt like I was left with a lot to like. I wanted more.
Oh, and it felt like a lot of things just kind of happened.
I'm so used to having like SmackDown be like, oh my gosh, that was so much better than Raw, and then when Raw does some good stuff, then I'm like, oh, SmackDown is the thing.
Yeah. Because
Elias versus Roman was great. Rollins versus Cesaro was a really, really good match.
Yeah.
I mean, even the Kane, Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, Jason Jordan debacle was still entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
The big plus side, though, for SmackDown is we did get a 6 women's tag team match.
We did indeed. Albeit, though, the 2 promos leading up to this,
I didn't have an issue with the SmackDown women's promo.
That's the one I had the biggest issue with.
Yeah, see, that one I enjoyed because it was very much character-wise what it needed to be, which was we're on top, we are the main roster women, and now we're going to shut the shit down on these new people who think they can come up and take our spot. For me, on the hand, I thought the Riot Squad promo.
Absolution was taken. 24 hours too late.
Yeah, their promo to me was a little campy, a little after-school special.
See, and that I felt the same way about the SmackDown one. It just felt like, hey, oh, you ready to get some payback tonight? Oh yeah, after Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan thought they could get the best of us, well, we're gonna show that. It was just like, I'm gonna read this, and then you're gonna say your part. But oh, Natty's gotta be a little bitch. Both of them were really bad.
It's another thing, and you'll notice they do it on Raw too with Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Is the wrestlers and the commentators will be repeating their names as often as possible for the time being because they want
they're buzzwords.
They want the main roster fan base to learn who these people are quickly.
Yes. Because
these aren't people who are showing up sporadically and then might get a push. These are people who are being plopped in.
Yeah, they're being thrust into the main storyline, essentially.
So you need to learn these people's names and who they are ASAP.
Yeah.
Or you're going to fall behind.
But, yeah, despite terrible promos.
Yeah, the Riot Squad.
The match itself was good.
Yeah.
Natty played her part, immediately, nope, I don't want anything to do with this. I don't need to be a part of this. I don't care. I'm leaving. And then the dismantling of Naomi was really good.
All while Ruby sat on Charlotte and made her watch.
Yeah. Sarah,
that was the best part. That made...
It made him seem dangerous.
It made Ruby seem very sadistic.
Yeah. She made Charlotte watch Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan just destroy Naomi with a set of stairs on the outside. And then I like there was even a hope spot for Charlotte where she took on all 3 and was playing the champion role. I am the leader of this division. I'm gonna take it back, and had a really good hope spot only to eventually lose to Ruby Riott's little Pele kick. So yeah,
I gotta say that if they do go through with the rumored Women's Royal Rumble, that we have the female version of the Core versus Nexus showdown, and we have Absolution and the Riot Squad,
all to be squashed by the 4 Horsewomen.
But they're all going to get eliminated by Ronda Rousey.
Oh, Ronda Rousey being on the All right,
that's where she's going to debut.
I'm down for that shit. In other news, the New Day went against Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable because of online issues. Fun match. That was our opening match.
Yeah.
New Day picking up the win with the up, up, down, down on Shelton Benjamin. I mean, this was one of those things that just felt like, why are we doing this? Also, why did Big E pull pancakes out of his singlet and hand it to the Usos?
Because they looked hungry, dude.
Usos were a commentary because Benjamin and Gable are still going after those tag team titles.
Yeah, no, what it is it's just, okay, Benjamin and Gable are the number 1 contenders, or are trying to be the number 1 contenders, and we don't have any other teams that we feel that we can feed to them that make them seem important.
Yeah.
So let's put them against the New Day. The interesting part is that the New Day won.
Yeah.
Which then is going to, like, diminish making Gable and Benjamin seem like a threat.
Exactly.
And potentially put the New Day back in the title hunt.
Yeah. Which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Which all I'm hoping for is that this eventually leads to the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match they did at Starrcade.
Yeah.
Live over the weekend, which was the Usos defending against the New Day, Benjamin and Gable, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
That'd be good. In other tag team news, the Bludgeon Brothers, again, defeating the Hype Bros because the Hype Bros are morons. But possibly the best thing happened out of this, and that's Mojo attacked Zack Ryder afterwards. This is probably the best thing that Mojo could have done for himself, because I think a gimmick change might actually be necessary for him. And now Zack Ryder doesn't have to carry the dead weight of Mojo Rawley around.
Yeah. I'm really, really hopeful that this is going to turn into a story where they feud.
Yeah.
And Zack gets to stay on TV.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping this doesn't do is I'm hoping this doesn't completely bury Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Because the number one thing I was hoping was that if they did a switch, if they did a breakup angle, that Ryder was going to be the one that turned on Mojo.
That's what I initially thought was going to happen.
That would mean that they were investing something in Zack Ryder's character.
I feel like they don't feel like they need to invest in Zack Ryder's character because Zack Ryder gets a reaction. I think they're hoping that they can build Mojo's stock.
Yeah.
To make, to keep him on TV for a reason, because they, it's the same, the other people that have won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal have, like, they haven't exactly gotten anything from the Battle Royal, but they've gone on to do things.
Yeah.
Mojo's done jack shit.
Literally.
So, it leaves...
He's stolen people's poop.
Okay, I see what you did there. But yeah, so, Mojo attacking Zack Ryder.
Saying that the Hype Bros are dead.
Yes, the Hype Bros are dead, and then...
he's just taking the Bray Wyatt promo from Raw way too seriously. So he's having he's just having an existential crisis. He literally thinks that himself and Zack Ryder are dead.
If he becomes a Bludgeon Brother, I'm gonna be mad.
Mojo.
No, just
Harper. Rowan. Mojo.
Mojo.
Do it. Put him in there.
No.
Take Harper out. Mojo in.
No.
Let them die. Keep Harper on TV.
Poor Rowan.
I know, he just doesn't do anything for me now.
I know. I'm still hopeful for him. Baron Corbin has a new, after the altercation in the Lumberjack match last week, Baron Corbin with a little verbal sparring with Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Roode being like, well, hey, if you think you're so big and bad, why don't you put that title on the line against me tonight? Baron Corbin's like, no, and then walked away.
Yeah. Whoa, couch grew a cat. Cat deflated.
So yeah, we will probably see that become a thing at Clash of Champions. Which
I'm assuming so.
I'm cool with that.
It's going to look funny because Bobby Roode is so much smaller than Baron Corbin.
Yes. Speaking of Clash of Champions, we already know that AJ Styles will be defending the WWE Championship against Jinder Mahal. And this week he took on the Singh brothers in a handicap match.
Yeah, and I mean, Jinder and the Singhs definitely tried to put the odds in their favor because they cheap shot AJ prior to the match.
Yeah, Jinder straight up punched him in the face while he was doing his entrance.
Yeah, and the three of them kind of beat the crap out of AJ, but in true Singh brothers fashion, as soon as AJ caught a second wind, they all died.
It's all down. Yeah, with the first ever Styles splash.
Probably not the first time he's ever done that.
First time I've ever seen it. First time ever on Smackdown Live.
Oh yeah.
First time in WWE probably.
Most likely.
Yeah, using Sunil in Styles Clash to land on Samir.
From the second rope.
From the second rope. Pretty fucking cool. AJ Styles picks up the win, and then escapes the ring before Jinder can attack him again. All the more pissing off the Maharaja.
Who takes his frustrations out on his own lackeys.
Yeah, so...
They both got colossed.
So, and Sunil fucking...
Hopefully if this is a breakup of the Singhs and Jinder Mahal, they don't get colossed in the shuffle.
You're stupid. Hopefully they go over to that dying ship that is 205
Oh god.
More tag team stuff. The Fashion Files Sod. Being a fan of the Saw series,
And more importantly, being a fan of the Fashion Files.
I will say, there were funny bits. I like Tyler's not being able to remember Victor's name. I think that is hilarious. I don't understand what is happening anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I understood they were the fashion police, and they were going after terrible, like, really fake cases. I got that. That was part of their gimmick. Why Saw? You've done, like, all TV shows, and now you're going to movies.
Well, because they did Pulp Fiction, too.
Yeah.
And Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
Those are both movies. No, here's the thing. I think this was supposed to happen because they put a lot of spaces between the Fashion Files episodes recently.
Yeah.
If this were like when the Fashion Files initially started and they were literally doing weekly bits on SmackDown, this would have been a lot closer to Halloween.
Yeah.
Which I think was their initial intention.
Yeah.
I think the Stranger Things parody and this were supposed to be
like back to back.
Right, back to back in the end of October.
Yeah. This one, I feel like this one could be something because we had straight up everything Saw with a little video.
It's Ty Dillinger.
Oh God. Why would Ty Dillinger be mad that they're making a mockery of the tag team division? He's not in a tag team.
He used to be.
With Jason Jordan.
Dun dun dun!
Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, no, I mean there was some funny bits. I don't understand anymore.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's just one of those things where it's like that's what I also felt was like so fast that it lost some of its funniness because they literally did the whole segment in like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
because the whole thing was like, here's a little video and it explains that you only have 1 minute to escape, and then it starts. And you're like, oh god, this whole segment just took 1 minute and 30 seconds.
It's a Divas match.
From the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
So it's like, wow, like.
Remember when the Fashion Files used to be like 5 minutes long?
Yeah, and good.
Alright, so then our closest thing to an overarching storyline was the opening and the closing of the show. And that is Shane McMahon still kind of upset that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are still on his show.
Yeah. He doesn't want them employed.
No, he wants them to go over to Raw, where they'd be Stephanie's problem. But Daniel Bryan's like, no, I've been fired before, and I believe in second chances, so I'm giving him a chance. And Shane's like, okay, I get that. I still don't want him around, but I'm kind of cool with the idea that Kevin Owens is going to face Randy Orton. Now, I'm going to add things to this, one of which being Sami Zayn is barred from ringside.
Which makes sense.
And Kevin Owens will now face Randy Orton in a no disqualification match.
Alright.
So, Sammy's not happy about this at all, but Daniel's like, hey, I mean, I gave you the chance. Either you could be fired, or you could just do what Shane fucking wants you to do. And Sammy's like, well, I know I'm gonna do. So that happened.
There's just this conundrum that you would think all of the commissioners / general managers would have figured by now. That when you bar somebody from ringside and then turn around and make it no disqualification, you kind of null and void barring someone from ringside, because then you can't get disqualified. Shane, were you just so angry?
I'm just going to make all these stipulations.
You weren't thinking straight. You're like a ladder match inside Hell in a Cell.
Like here's what I think is like, if you're going to put both of these stipulations on, it needs to be, okay, there's no disqualification, so Randy Orton can exact the revenge that he wants against Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And you bar Sammy from ringside. If Sammy is to break the barring of ringside, it's not a disqualification situation, it is a suspension or a fine or something along those lines. Because then that would have worked perfectly with the way this match ended.
Because, go figure, Sami Zayn came out.
Because it wasn't technically at ringside.
It's just ring adjacent.
It's ring adjacent. Ringside. He was still on the ramp. That is not ringside.
I don't know. They still consider those ringside seats.
Do they really?
I'm pretty sure.
That's bullshit. Because you're like 30 feet away from the ring.
Yeah, it's bullshit because you're totally ring adjacent.
Because I'm gonna be real. Like, we were fourth row. We weren't ringside.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, we watched Kevin Owens and Randy Orton beat the fuck out of each other with kendo sticks.
Yeah, that was alright.
That was fun. Yeah, so they, Kevin ends up like running through the crowd, and Randy chases after him, and then they wind up over on the stage, and so they're beating the shit out of each other, and then Randy gets clipped in the back of the knee with a chair by Sami Zayn. Sami whacks him a couple more times, and he keeps like looking over his shoulder, and he drops the chair, runs away.
He's waiting. He's waiting for Shane to come out with like a torch and a pitchfork and chase him off.
So Owens and Orton end up heading back to the ring. Orton is about to hit an RKO on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens ends up chop blocking the knee once again, hits a super kick, and beats Randy Orton with a frog splash.
Splish.
A frog splash. So,
because Randy Orton won't take the pop-up powerbomb.
Really?
I don't know.
I mean, he's on a limited schedule. I think it's probably easier to take a frog splash than it is a powerbomb.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so that was it for SmackDown. Yeah, there were things. Let's hope next week builds on those things. Makes those things better.
I'm gonna be real too. Like, I would take a half a second to talk about Starrcade.
Okay.
Which, because it was a SmackDown live event over the weekend. This should have been on the network.
Yes.
Just saying. They did great ticket sales. I know the reason why this year has had minimal special event on the network due to financial reasons. The same reason why a lot of loose end people have been getting let go, and a lot of all of the pyrotechnics have been removed.
Which really,
the simplification. It all runs. It's the simplification of all the Trons. All of this is budgetary reasons.
I'm okay with the simplification of the Trons. I like the idea, like, especially with the fact that you have the whole LED setup. You can do a lot of cool things, and you can have a big banner of the person's name or like a catchphrase or something. That's cool. I'm not saying everybody needs pyro, but Kane needs pyro. Like, Kane's thing is fire.
Yeah.
And when there's no actual fire, you already did away with the ring. The ring fire hasn't been a thing in years. But then you take away the stage fire, which is all the fire that Kane had left. Okay? You don't know whether he's masked or unmasked or corporate or not corporate. At least give him his goddamn fire.
Yeah, and then Sean had his little sparklers behind him on the LED board too last time he showed up.
So did Andrade.
Yeah.
Give me Andrade his fucking sparklers back. He's the NXT champion, goddammit.
So I mean that's besides the point.
But yeah,
we've learned that nostalgia works.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing.
The clips are going around the internet like crazy.
The fact that you added Triple H and Kurt Angle and John Cena to Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm. And we bought in.
And the reason the Shield reunited.
Yeah.
And let's even go as far back as 10 years ago when WWE came up with the idea, let's do an ECW pay-per-view.
Yeah. Hell, you just brought back War Games.
Yeah.
Everyone was excited for that.
Nostalgia works. This could have done a killing as far as ratings were concerned. Being promoted as a live televised special probably would have even driven ticket sales even farther.
Yes.
I mean, the whole lower section of the arena was completely full. They had to open up the upper section of the arena for people coming in and buying tickets day of.
Yeah.
So if you were to have done this as a pay-per-view for Smackdown, per se, instead of Clash of Champions, which is another NWA WCW knockoff title, you literally could have done the exact same thing as whatever you would have been doing for Clash of Champions, as long as you peppered in the appearance from the Rock and Roll Express, the appearance from Ricky Steamboat, the appearance from Ric Flair, whether or not you have Dustin have his match, but
I mean, I think that's cool.
And they had a little smattering. Arn Anderson was there in person, and Dustin had a match.
Yeah,
it's like,
imagine if there was actually a WWE Network clip of Dolph Ziggler taking the spine buster from Arn Anderson.
Yeah, and just like, I'd love to see, even if they do Starrcade next year and they do a live event on the network for it, I would love to see something that is very much in the vein of One Night Stand was in 2006 and 2007.
Bring back a bunch of WCW
I'd love to
guys.
see 2 or 3 even if not the whole show, but 2 or 3 matches on the card that are WCW wrestlers.
Bring back Glacier.
All right.
And of course, and put DDP on commentary or something.
Yeah, why not? Vader
Sting
for Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Cat grew again. And it's gone.
Let's talk about 205 Live now.
Yeah.
Stuff happened.
It's a sad day for 205 Live when WWEresearch.com is sending out people little surveys on click on the box of why you don't watch 205 Live.
So we can try and fix it before we can the show.
Yeah.
Rich Swann defeated Noam Dar. This was Noam Dar's second attempt to try and make Enzo happy, and he failed at the behest of a rich kick and a Phoenix Splash.
Yeah,
Because there's no way that Noam Dar was going to beat the guy who just won a potential number 1 contender spot.
By beating Noam Dar.
No fucking way is that going to change in 24 hours. Kalisto versus Jack Gallagher was a fun match.
It was.
Kind of a weird end.
And the whole thing is just like... I feel like WWE only has the ability to stock one storyline.
Yeah.
For the Cruiserweight division at a time. Because this match was literally... Okay, we have Kalisto, and he's not in the title picture anymore. And then we have Kendrick and Gallagher, who aren't also in the title picture. While everyone else who's, like, actively on the show...
Is in the title
picture with this little mini tournament they're doing. So, like, okay, let's just put these things together.
So, Kalisto, you must be really disappointed that you lost to Enzo. Yeah, I'm disappointed that I lost to Enzo, but I'm going to get back there, and I'm going to beat Jack Gallagher first.
Because reasons.
I mean, that can still be a promo, because essentially that's everybody's goal, is to get to the Cruiserweight Championship. But it wasn't necessary.
Yeah. Kind of like Enzo.
Yeah.
Not necessary.
Kalisto was about to beat Jack Gallagher, and did. Because he hit the Salida del Sol.
Yeah.
But then got kicked in the face by Brian Kendrick.
Yeah.
Then got beat to shit by Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher.
Yep.
And boy, Vic couldn't understand what has gotten into Jack Gallagher. I don't know, he's been
oh my god, it's like he's a bad guy all of a sudden.
He's kind of been an asshole for a couple of months now. But hey, who are we to judge? Vic, you're a moron.
The only thing I can hope is that this does facilitate Gran Metalik and or Lince Dorado.
Yes,
helping Kalisto.
That's exactly what I thought. Is he's gonna need to bring
Chances are Hideo Itami.
Fuck. Put fucking Lince Dorado on 205 Live and let him win a goddamn match. Just one. I just want him to win one. Just one. Fuck. But we left the bet.
One fuck.
I want to give one fuck, and I want Lince to win one match. That's all. You know who I do give a fuck about?
Drew Gulak.
Drew fucking Gulak. One half of Team PowerPoint. This man is a national treasure. He is the best thing going on 205 Live, and it's
which
all
is saying something.
When a PowerPoint presentation is the most over thing on a show that has people like Cedric Alexander and Kalisto and Rich Swann, Akira Tozawa, Nil, Jungle Park. Anyway, Drew Gulak is he's Drew Glulak. He is the glue that is holding 205 Live somewhat together. Like, he is the only thing that is consistently amazing on this show. Whether it being his promos, his
mostly
wrestling,
his facial expressions.
Just him being Drew Gulak. Because our main event was the 4 guys that will compete in this coming Raw's Fatal 4-Way as a little preview. So we had we had Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali on one side, taking on Team PowerPoint, which is Drew Gulak and Tony Nese. It was a great match. They did a really good job of...
No one got unintentionally front flip kneed in the face.
It's all for Tozawa. They did a good job of building some tension between Mustafa and Cedric.
They did a really good job of that.
Like, not only they had a little promo earlier on when They were kind of discussing Hideo coming to 205 Live.
Yeah.
And then just like the nonchalant things that they did through this match.
Yeah, the best one, I think, was early on when Mustafa had Tony Nese in like a wrist lock, and he went to tag Cedric, and Drew had started like walking towards the neutral corner.
Yeah.
So in order to make sure Drew didn't interfere, Cedric walked away from his corner and got in Drew's face.
Yeah.
And then...
And Mustafa was looking for a tag. He's like...
And eventually he got back over and tagged Cedric. Cedric got tagged in, but then it immediately became, where the heck were you a second ago?
Yeah, it was really good work building that up. And then obviously the cohesion of PowerPoint.
And then even using the fact that, like, to win the match, Tony Nese shoved Mustafa and Cedric into each other.
Yeah. It looked like it fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Like, Cedric just goes crashing to the floor, and he uses the momentum to roll up Mustafa. And so then we get fantastic victory realization for Drew Gulak.
We did it.
Tony, we did it. And then we still have just issues between Mustafa and Cedric. Like, Cedric actually yelling at Mustafa like, hey, I'm talking to you. And just like, you know, you've had these guys that have been a united front against Enzo, and now that they have to fight each other for that shot, now they're building up really good tension between them. So
yeah,
a good finish to 205 Live. Not saying that 205 Live was a bad episode. It's just there needs to be something more.
Yeah, they need to change.
And Hideo Itami. Don't get me wrong. I'm cool with Hideo joining the 205 Live roster. That's cool. But I don't think Hideo is enough to save 205 Live.
No, and here's the thing too, is like we're gonna get the same thing with Hideo as we got with Shinsuke on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Shinsuke was a big deal in NXT. Hideo, not so much of a big deal in NXT now, but when he first showed up,
he's still a name.
Yeah, but when he first showed up, like, it was a big, like, holy crap, Hideo Itami is a thing.
Well, first it was, Kenta is a thing, and then Kenta became...
Yeah, so here's what's happening, is when Shinsuke comes up to SmackDown, they're like, Shinsuke's coming to SmackDown, holy fuck!
Everyone's so excited.
And then Vince is like, oh yeah, I can't understand him when he talks, make him a mid-carder at best.
Yep. Or team him up with Randy Orton.
This is what's going to happen to Hideo. Hideo, because of the fact that he's probably not going to be able to cut the greatest English promos.
He'll come in.
His style doesn't fit the WWE mold, so they're going to be like, oh, give him a one pay-per-view match against Enzo for the belt, and Enzo wins, and then he goes back to being the guy who's in the opening match on 205 Live.
He'll come in, with my luck, he'll fucking squash Lince Dorado, and then he'll cut a promo. And his match with Lince will be fucking awesome, but he'll beat him. And then Vince will be like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna put him against Enzo Amore," and then he'll talk, and then Vince will just look at Triple H and go, "Why the fuck did you bring this guy on my show?" And then he's like, "Fucking team him up with Kalisto, and he can go against the homeless guy and the British man." So, and that's it. That's what Hideo's gonna do. And Lince still won't be on 205 Live, goddammit. But Grand Metalik might show up every once in a while. We have dwelled on this Tuesday Night Live far too long because there's just so many things to complain about.
Yeah.
So we're going to stop now and say thank you for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click the links.
There's
check out the podcast.
Many links. That's one of the links.
Check out Reasonable Wrestling fans. Like wrestling. Where you can watch the unboxing where we got little Penta over there. Or you can watch the last one where we got this Kevin Steen shirt.
And Joey Ryan.
Or a couple months ago we got this King of the Bros.
And Vader.
And all kinds of stuff. We are going to be going on hiatus. We've said it in the last couple videos. So
But in case you haven't been listening,
let us know down below what types of videos you'd like to see us start doing. We're going to catch up on some punishments over on Reasonable Wrestling
yeah,
Fans.
that's going to be the primary focus for the few weeks that we're going to be away. We are going to give you a bit of a recap at the end of next week after we watch Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
We are going to do an expedited indie news to talk about Chikara's finale, and then tell you what's going to happen at CZW's last show of the year. We are going to come back for the go-home week of Clash of Champions and talk about that.
A predictions video for that's going to come out.
And then we will officially return the second week of January for the build of the Royal Rumble. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Fuck Mojo.
Fuck Mojento.